World Cup finals in China next year. A win is absolutely critical for both of them. And what a way to set up the game here in Bosnia. The stands are starting to fill. As fans are looking forward to this one, as they have an awful lot of qualifiers across not just Europe but the world in this new look qualification campaign for the World Cup. Coaching staffs have been working hard with their teams. And here is the schedule for Group K. All 3 games in Group K tipping off at the same time. That's a misprint on that one. And France will travel to Pardubice to take on the Czech Republic, whilst Russia make the trip to play Finland. And here's our qualification table. And as you can see, the Czech Republic have qualified. France are very close to qualifying, but it really does look like it's going to be a bit of a fight out for that final spot. And the 2 teams here this evening are 2 of the teams that will be fighting out for it. At the moment, Bulgaria sit in the driving seat ever so slightly, but Bosnia and Herzegovina still have an opportunity to make it all the way through to the finals. But they know they've got their work cut out, and a loss today would see their hopes of making it come to an end. So they know how important the next 40 minutes of action is to them, and the home team Bulgaria is now going to be introduced to the crowd here in Bosnia. They've had some huge performances in these World Cup qualifiers. They've taken a win over France, that was back in June. They want to build upon that tonight, move them up into 4th place possibly. And then have a huge game on Monday against France. One thing for sure though, I think the fans in the stands will make themselves heard here this evening. The Bulgarian players certainly have a nervous energy about them as they are introduced here onto the floor. You see the final players from Bulgaria introduced to the crowd, and the noise levels are starting to rise. The stands are starting to fill up as the Bulgarian coaching staff have their last huddle as well. Before we get to the action though, we'll have, as usual, the national anthems for both countries. First will be the national anthem for Bosnia and Herzegovina, followed by the national anthem for Bulgaria. Wonderful renditions there of both national anthems and plenty of young faces in the crowd to be inspired by these two teams here this evening, as they'll now exchange gifts on the half-court line and prepare for the game and get their minds fully focused on the 40 minutes ahead of them. And there's the official World Cup ball by Malcolm. There are 3 officials for this evening. Our officials are Martins Kozlovskis of Latvia, Marek Cimekerovic from Poland, and Zdenko Tomasovic from Slovakia. They're the 3 officials on the floor this evening to make sure everything goes by the rulebook. And hopefully we'll get to have a look at the Bosnian Herzegovinian roster shortly. Such a lot at stake for both these two teams this evening. As we saw earlier in the standings, Bosnia currently propping up the bottom of Group K, 2 wins, 6 losses, whereas Bulgaria 1 spot above them, 3 wins and 5 losses. If Bulgaria can win today, they potentially can jump up a spot to 4th. For Bosnia, a win today is the only outcome that will keep their World Cup dreams alive. Within that Bosnian roster, you really do have to look at the front court duo of Derma and Halilovic. It'll be important today if Bosnia are going to take the win, and they certainly will provide the firepower on the offensive end for the Bosnia and Herzegovina team. Whereas for Bulgaria, maybe a little bit more experience in their roster. Veteran forward Pavel Malanov will carry quite a bit of the offensive burden today. He's averaging 13.8 points per game in the qualifiers so far. That includes a 14-point game against Russia in their last outing. And one of the keys for Bulgaria is their roster's been reasonably consistent throughout qualification. Yes, they've made changes, but nowhere near as many as some other nations have. And that's certainly helped them. They're quite a gelled team. They understand each other and they work well together under the guidance of Coach Minchev. Coach Bosnic there knows it's a desperate situation for his team and just hammering home how important today's game is and that their hopes are still alive. But only a win will do today. Now remember, if you want to stay in touch with everything, make sure you download the World Cup app. That will have all the latest news and views on the World Cup, latest highlight videos and squad news. We're just about to have a moment's silence now for the recent sad passing of the FIBA Secretary General, Patrick Baumann, who passed away in mid-October, just age 51, did so much for international basketball. Been the Secretary General since 2003. And he'll be greatly missed by the global basketball community. And we're going to have a moment's silence for him now here in Botvograd.
Thank you.
And Patrick Baumann will be sorely missed around global basketball, that's absolutely for sure. He put his heart and soul into the sport. He played it, he coached it, he reffed it. He was involved with FIBA since 1994. And we will pick up the torch where he has left it, and everyone involved with global basketball will look to keep moving the sport forward in the wonderful aspirations that Mr. Baumann had. But no better way to celebrate the work of Patrick Baumann than we have here, as we get this World Cup qualifier between Bulgaria and Bosnia and Herzegovina underway. Bosnia will have the first possession of the game. Zatic now. Hands it off to Vrabats. Vrabats, little hesitation, drives inside, pulls up, goes to the left hand. Nice soft touch, but a little bit too heavy. Bosnia and Herzegovina will come away with the rebound, though. Oh, it's almost stolen away. It falls into the hands of Campara, though. And Bosnia and Herzegovina will slow it down. Inside, soft right hand. Lovely start there from Halilovic. He opens his account nice and early, averaging 8.5 points a game in his previous 2 outings in these qualifiers. Maranov feeds it down into the low post, and the trigger is pulled by Pavel Maranov. But it's no good, and Bosnia will retrieve possession into the hands of Campara. To Atic. Goes back down to Halilovic. He's looking to back his way to the basket. They double team across, but the right hand comes out again, and he gets himself another 2 points. That's a strong start from Halilovic. Nice move by Maranov, gets it to go. That stems the flow and gets Bulgaria onto the scoreboard. Stanimir Maranov, certainly been an important part of their qualification so far. He's played in every single game and averaged 10.9 points per game. Biggest game was against the Czech Republic back in June. Scored 13 points, 4 boards, 8 assists. And completes the 3-point play from the line. Atic now. Halilovic flashes down. Halilovic going to work again. Looking to back his man down. Does so. Lovely fake. A little bit too much on that one, though, and it's going to rim out. They fight hard for the rebound, and Sulemanovic managed to pull it in, and Atic will pull the trigger. The iron spits that one back out. Bosnia currently in control. Atic floats to the basket, and one! Big play by Atic. Bosnia and Herzegovina certainly are fully focused from the opening tip here. And you can hear several Bosnian fans in the crowd have made the journey on the Friday. And they're happy with what they've seen so far. Can't get him to pay. Sulemanovic, though, gets the rebound, and he's fouled as well. And very Bosnia and Herzegovina fans. Sulemanovic will go to the line for 2 shots. Yet to miss a free throw in the qualifiers. This is his 5th qualifier. He's had an interesting international career. Actually played under 16s and under 20s for Finland, but moved across to play senior basketball here in Bosnia and Herzegovina. It's the second to go as well. Into the corner for the 3 now, and that's a great way to reply from Kostov. Matic now. Bosnia and Herzegovina with just a 2-point lead now. And the tempo of the game certainly is high in this opening few minutes. Oh, another nice move. Halilovic has come to play tonight. Maranov now, looking to find the lane, skips it into the corner, another corner 3, and he drains it. Big shot again by Shavdar Kostov. What a high-scoring opening we've had to this one. Bulgaria trail by just 1 now. Halilovic comes high to set the screen, but the ball's handed off to Atic. Looking for some kind of a gap, but he's going to pull the trigger on a three. He's off with that one, but that man there again, Halilovic, with another shot and another bucket. He's up to 8 points in under 3 minutes of action. Well, just over 3 minutes, sorry. Bulgaria are certainly going to have to lock down the paint better than they have done so far if they're going to win this one. Bosnia and Herzegovina have turned up to create a bit of a shock on the road. Batic now, change direction. Oh, lovely feed inside. Halilovic is the lucky recipient of that gift. Almost had a bow on top of it, that one. And timeout has been called by coach Minchev of Bulgaria. Not really surprising. At the moment, Bosnia and Herzegovina just picking them apart, getting easy shots close to the basket. And he needs to stem the flow quickly. Let's jump into his huddle.
Slušaj sad, kad tebe stave u side pick ovdje, izvuci ga vani, a Miki napravi mu side blok. Ako ga stave u side, da i probije ovdje, i ideš odmah prema košu. Samo puši. Ako te zaborave i odskoče pola metra, slobodno je digni. Ajmo i nastavi skoku napad. Nastavi skoku napad.
And definitely Coach Vedran Bosnic, the happier of the two coaches. After the first 3.5 or so minutes of this one, an exceptionally young Bosnia and Herzegovina roster. They've only got 2 players over the age of 25. This is the future of Bosnia and Herzegovina basketball. Back to Maranov. Mangilov comes up, sets the screen. He's got to be careful. He's reasonably fluid in where he's going with the screen. Maranov pulls the brakes. Comes back out. Lovely ball movement. And the outside shot is good for Dimitrov. And that is how Bulgaria have kept themselves in this one. They've shot well from the perimeter so far. Vlabac now to Atic. Manovic comes back up to the top. He pulls the trigger on a three, comes up way short. That one's an air ball. And there'll be a turnover. Shot clock was running down though. Not really part of his game. That was his first three-point attempt in all of the qualifiers, this being his 5th game. Maranov now going up against Vlabac. Rostov looking for options in front of him. Looks to go into Pavel Maranov in the low post, but Vlabac gives him a little shove in the back. That's the second team foul of the quarter for Bosnia and Herzegovina. Sulemanovic will go to the bench now. Sandic has come in. Maranov drives to the basket, strong, gets it to go over the outstretched arm of Halilovic. And just like that, we're back to a tied game. 14 to Bulgaria, 14 to Bosnia and Herzegovina. Atic inside, strong move off the glass. We're into a phase of trading baskets here in Botvagrad. Maranov feeds it inside. Nice, tough move, and Delalic is going to have to be a little bit stronger than that in the paint. He's going to get bullied here this evening. Rabats back to Halilovic, who hands it straight back to him. Halilovic gets open, drives inside. Oh, looks to flush it, but is rejected by Stanimir Maranov. It was going to end up one of two ways, either a block or a poster. And luckily for Maranov, it's a block, and what a block it is. Gets up there strong with 2 hands, bats it away. But a foul has been called. That's going to be the second foul on Maranov. Halilovic will go to the line for 2 shots. Not the best of free throw shooters, just 50% so far in these World Cup qualifiers. This is just his 3rd game though. Rattles home the first. He's up to 11 points personal now. What an opening to the game he's had. And gets the second a drop as well. Pavel Maranov will advance the ball for Bulgaria, being closely guarded by Hasandic. Baklinov hands it back to Kostov. Misses that time. He's already got 2 3-pointers to his name. Can't add to it there though. Comes back to Stanislav Maranov now. And the foul's going to be called. I think that one's going to be called on Haris Delalic, Bosnia and Herzegovina. A little bit too physical off the ball. This is his first World Cup qualifiers. Just getting into the flow of things. Maranov now looking to back his way to the basket against Hasandic, and it's come off Halilovic, so it's going to be a Bulgarian ball. Plenty of questions being asked of the officials. An awful lot at stake though for both teams, so you can understand them wanting to make the most out of every possession. And a technical foul is going to be called on Halilovic. Tough on that. Baklinov did look like he pushed him away, but Halilovic made the absolute most of it. Yeah, he certainly did. Yeah, the Oscar for best flop goes to Halilovic. Kostov will go to the line for the technical free throw. Halilovic will go to the bench as Silimanovic comes back in probably sooner than he'd expected. And Kostov makes them pay by scoring the free throw and bringing it down to just a 1-point ball game now. A little under 4 minutes left to play in this first quarter. Pretty high scoring affair so far. Maranov inside to Pavel Maranov. Uses the screen by Baklinov and fades away. Lovely form on the fade away, but no good. And Baklinov will get it to go. That's a hustle play by the big man. Not featured heavily in the previous qualifiers. He's played in all 8, but only averaged under a point a game and 1.5 rebounds a game. And only shot 33% from the free throw line so far in the qualifiers. Doesn't get that one to go, but I think they're saying there was a lane encroachment. So he gets another shot. Another attempt. Misses that one as well. Silimanovic grabs the rebound and hands that one off to Kampara. Running a weave at the top at the moment for space, and they find space. Hasandic. It's a little bit too much on that one, and Bulgaria will accelerate the ball pretty quickly. Pavel Maranov now looking to back his way down against Hasandic. Does have the size advantage. Still steps for the fadeaway though. I always find it funny when players obviously have a size advantage and potentially a strength advantage and don't capitalise on it. Instead choose to fade away, making it a tough shot. Silimanovic sets the screen for Vrabac. The doubles there. Vrabac found Silimanovic, but he can't make it count, and Bulgaria will pick it up. We've entered a bit of a scrappy phase now, as the long 3 goes in from Stanislav Maranov. 36% three-point shooter before tonight's game. That's his first attempt and his first score, and he's up to 8 points. And Bulgaria are out to a 4-point lead now. Kampara finds it to Hasandic. No joy, and Dimitrov grabs the rebound for Bulgaria. Oh, nice transition defense though by Silimanovic. Slows things down. Bulgaria's defense is stifling Bosnia and Herzegovina at the moment. But slow footwork there by Dimitar Dimitrov. Means that he had to play defense with his hands, and it's only going to end one way, and that's with a foul being called. There's the interception from Sulemanovic. And that was the foul, as Dimitrov was caught on the back foot, and that's going to earn him a seat on the bench. Atic now takes the three. The ball movement. Sandic goes inside. Shot clock down to 4. He's going to have to do something with it. Halalovic, as usual, absolutely does something with it and gets himself 2 more points. He scored 14. Bosnia and Herzegovina's 20. An offensive foul has been called. That one is going to be called on Vaklinov. Is it? I think it actually might be called on Zahariev. As Kostov goes to the line. Sorry, goes to the bench by mistake, and he's definitely earned it. A couple of big threes so far for him. Sandic now to Kampala. Goes into Halilovic, the man of the moment. That's now inside to Delalic, who isn't so productive with the ball this time, and Avramov will come back for Bulgaria. Petkov comes all the way round to Avramov, and he drains the three. A big, big shot. Bozidar Avramov. Bulgarian top league MVP last season. Certainly comes with a pedigree. Sandic in the corner. He's off track with that one, and Halilovic is going to be called for the foul in the paint. And they'll have to be careful with Halilovic. They don't want him picking up too many fouls too soon. And both teams are in the bonus, so that's going to send Stanislav Vaklinov to the line for 2 shots. Applies his trade in Napoli, in the Italian league. Grown up within the Bulgarian national team though, played under 18s, played under 20s. And now the young big man is on the big stage, the World Cup qualifiers. Bulgaria have only been to the World Cup once before, believe it or not. That was back in 1959. They finished 7th then. I think at this stage they'd be absolutely over the moon if they could book their flights to China. And a little bit up against it at the moment, but a win here tonight certainly would be a step forward. Atic, nice pass inside. Oh, what a catch and lay-in from Sandic. Beautiful acrobatic move. Wonderful vision from Atic, and Sandic makes the most of it, uses all his hang time. Gets up, a reverse layup off the glass, that takes such composure. Zahariev now hands it off. And that's going to be a long, long shot. As the shot clock was running down, the quarter clock is down to 2. Avramov can't get it to go. They can't tip it in either. And that's going to be the end of the first 10 minutes of action, and an exciting 10 minutes of action we've had in Botvograd, as Bulgaria lead this one 25-22 over Bosnia and Herzegovina. World Cup dreams in the balance for both these teams. Make sure you join me after this short break. Welcome back to Botvrgrad for this World Cup qualifier between Bulgaria and Bosnia and Herzegovina. End of the first quarter, Bulgaria lead it by 3. And that's on the back of some impressive three-point shooting, 5 from 9. Whereas Bosnia and Herzegovina are yet to register from outside, but what they are doing well is feeding the big man, Halilovic, inside. There he is. He's already up to 14 points and 3 rebounds. He is on 2 fouls, though, so they'll have a little bit of concern about that. Whereas for Bulgaria, the scoring's a little bit more evenly split. Stanimir Maranov, 8 points. Chavdar Kostov, 7 points. Dimitar Dimitrov, 5 points. Dimitrov's on 2 fouls as well, though, so a little bit for them to look at. But as we mentioned in the build-up to this one, such a critical game. At the moment, Bosnia and Herzegovina sit last in Group K of the European Qualifiers. 2 wins, 6 losses. Bulgaria 1 spot above them. 3 wins, 5 losses. But a win today for Bulgaria could see them jump to potentially up to 4th place, depending on the results between Russia and Finland. And for Bosnia, a win today could see them jump above Bulgaria. So plenty at stake for both of these teams. As we get the second quarter underway here in the Arena Botvrgrad. Petkov now for Bulgaria. Back to Zahariev. Wide open inside, great heads-up pass. And you don't get many more easier score for Yanev than that. Or maybe you do. He's out at the races and puts down a two-handed jam, and he's fouled by Edin Atic. He's earned himself a trip to the line. Could this be an exceptionally quick score for Yanev? Going to get himself to 5 points potentially in a matter of seconds. An easy score followed by an interception and a transition dunk, which could end in an and 1 play. The timeout has been called by Bosnia and Herzegovina. They must be concerned. They've only had 25 seconds of this second quarter. Let's jump into their timeout huddle and listen to what Coach Bosnic has to say.
Idi ti na lijevo, idi ti u double horse ovdje sa buzom. Pa mu daj da nastavimo, ako mu ne da.
Краца смена, дай пас на силната страна. Центъра да се спусне резко долу. И след това му върнете и гледайте, ако сте сами стреляйте, ако не пийте, пробите, създайте. Нищо бе, нищо. Хайде, яко. Хайде, момчета, хайде сега важно.
Always interesting to see a coach having to call a timeout so early after a quarter break. So concerned about the quick couple of possessions that didn't go their way. Coach Bosnic there calling the timeout for Bosnia and Herzegovina. But as we come back into the action, Alexander Yanev will be at the line for the bonus shot. Could extend Bulgaria's lead out to 8. 79% free throw shooter so far in the qualifiers, and he does indeed take his personal tally up to 5. Been on the floor less than 3 minutes. Trying to find space, nothing there, and it's a poor pass that's easily intercepted from Buza, and another easy 2 at the other end for Zahariev. And Bulgaria are running rampant at the moment. They're out at the races. A wonderful no-look pass. And the lucky recipient is Hristo Zahariev. And they continue to apply some pressure. Glabats now brings it up and hands it off. Sulemanovic now comes back out to Hansandic. Can't get it to go. Halilovic fights for the rebound and gets it. Long skip pass. They've got 8 seconds on the shot clock to do something with it. Halilovic comes up for the pick and roll. Rabets, no foul called, floats inside, hands it off. Sulemanovic, shot clock's going to expire, but Bulgaria will grab the rebound and they'll get out in the races yet again. Skips it, Avramov for 3. Oh, and it's going all the way of Bulgaria at the moment. They are flying through this one. Out to a 13-point lead now. A 10-0 start to this second quarter for Bulgaria. Halilovic almost has it knocked away, manages to get it back to Sulemanovic. That one comes to Kampara. He can't get it to go. The rebound battle, and the foul's going to be called as Halilovic has his arms knocked. What a battle under the basket that one is as well, as Vaklinov will be called for the foul, but what a beautiful pass out to Avramov, and he makes Bosnia and Herzegovina pay. Drains another one from the wing. He's up to 6 points personal now. Sulemanovic looking to back his way to the basket against Yanev. And gets it to go, and Bosnia and Herzegovina certainly needed that one. Their offense had stalled. It's taken them 2 minutes to register anything on the scoreboard in this second quarter. Avramov now. A 3 attempt from the wing is no good. But Yanev grabs the rebound and brings it back out. Avramov floats inside. High scoop shot is no good, and Sulemanovic will grab the rebound for Bosnia and Herzegovina. Slightly off-target pass is knocked out of bounds by Bulgaria's Avramov, and it will still be Bosnia and Herzegovina ball. Good recovery defense there by Bozidar Avramov, putting his bones on the line. So Heragic has come into the game for Bosnia and Herzegovina. Here's Atic, right-hand teardrop, gets it to drop. And we're back down to a single-digit lead now for Bulgaria, just 9. And the foul's going to be called. We'll wait to see which way that's going to go. You have a feeling it's going to be chalked up against Sulemanovic. Should be, oh, it's called on Vrabats actually. That's going to be his 3rd foul. That's a worry. Oh, and he just floats to the basket with ease, but misses the wide open layup. That one hurts for Zahadev. Vrabats now. Being guarded closely by Avramov into Halilovic. Vaklinov is going to body up against him. Bangs his way inside. It's going to be on the floor as Vaklinov gets called for the foul. 3rd team foul of the quarter, sorry, 2nd team foul of the quarter for Bulgaria. A little under 7 minutes to play in this second quarter. Atic looking to inbound and does so just about to Heragic. Atic now floats it inside. Oh, that would have been a huge play if Halilovic had got hold of that one. That would have gone straight to the top of the highlight reel. Yanev trying to back his way down, hands it back out though to Petkov, and the lane just opens up for him, the parting of the blue sea. And Petkov floats to the basket for another easy 2 for Bulgaria. Bosnia and Herzegovina's defensive presence is dwindling fast. Floats inside, and Atic is met at the ring by Zahadev, but he is fouled. So that's going to send Atic to the line for 2 shots. The young guard certainly knows about winning. He's won the Basketball Champions League before. He's won the Greek Cup before. He's had some big performances in these qualifiers as well. 13 points, 7 rebounds in their last outing against the Czech Republic. It's up to 6 points personal now, along with 3 assists. A little under 10 minutes of play gone for him. Zahadev will go to the bench. Stanimir Mladonov is in the action to patrol things for Bulgaria. Avramov looking for options in front of him now. He likes his mismatch, pulls the trigger on a 3. That one doesn't go. Atic now comes back out though. Long shot, but he gets it to go. Zahadev with an absolute long bomb. And the timeout has been called as Bosnia and Herzegovina have battled their way back into this one. And look how far out Zahidagic was for that one. Nothing but the bottom of the bucket, though. And receives the appreciation of his coach, Vedran Bosnic. And Bulgaria will call a timeout as they feel that Bosnia and Herzegovina are battling their way back into this one. Let's jump into that Bulgarian huddle.
В нападение няма значение лични или зона, изиграйте го нормални. Първо.
Jednom samo, prvi put, zatvori prve pasove, weak side uzmi rolak, samo jednom. Slušaj, kad ih dovedete do 16. sekunde, 17. morate ostati agresivni na switch. Ej, sljedeći napad, 4 dole, Vrabac, ako ti praviš blok, ako je ovaj mali damo tebi loptu, ti igraš, ako ne ti nastaviš.
You have the feeling there that Coach Bosnic wants to see the impetus. He wants to take control of the game a little bit and make hay while the sun is shining, as the saying would go. He knows his team are slightly on the upward at the moment and can close the gap even further in the final 5.5 or so minutes of this second quarter. Halilovic doubles up now, and it's almost stolen away. It is. It's thrown out of bounds by Stanimir Madanov. Turnover ball, and that's exactly what Coach Bosnic wanted. He wanted the energy levels to rise and the aggressive defense to increase a few notches. Matic feeds it into Vlabac, but it's knocked away. Halilovic will come into the post instead, and he floats up a very soft right hand, but the two-handed putback with authority. Silimanovic throws it down. And that aggression level is rising for Bosnia and Herzegovina. Madanov now out to the wing for Avramov. Oh, he drains a three. That is the way to take the wind out of the Bosnia and Herzegovina sails. Slightly stagnant on the offensive end. What can Halilovic do? He has to kick it back out. He does so. The jumper's good, though. And Atic cancels out the Avramov three from the possession before, and the scoring pace continues to be quite high in this one. Baklinov now, quick ball movement. It's into the corner. Little one dribble step. Slightly put him off balance, though, and Yanev couldn't get it to go for Bulgaria. Atic now inside to Halilovic, and he will get the beautiful soft right hand floater. Wonderful soft touch close to the basket by the big man. And we now just have a 2-point game as Bosnia and Herzegovina have fully battled their way back into this one. Atic back out now. Zahidagic looking to feed the post to Halilovic. Halilovic is going to go up against Vaklinov again. Spins his way inside and once again goes to the right hand. Silimanovic, though, will come back in for the rebound and gets the two, and we're all tied. 3:45 to go in the second quarter. Bulgaria 40, Bosnia and Herzegovina 40. Bulgaria started this quarter on a 10-0 run, and Bosnia and Herzegovina have replied on an 18-5 run of their own. Madanov pulls the trigger on the three. Put a little bit too much weight on that one, and the rebound falls into the hands of Zahidagic. Silimanovic is going to have his shirt pulled there, slightly cynically by Avramov. He's lucky to get away with not having that as an unsportsmanlike foul. And he just swings his arm around the back as well and slaps the arm quite hard. Kostov will come back into the game, certainly unmistakable with the long hair and the even longer beard. Zahidagic gets it in. Long shot is no good. And Kostov is straight into the action with the rebound. He's already found his form from outside, but has he thrown it away this time? He has. It's straight into the hands of Sejfic. And head in the hands for Coach Minchev. He can't believe what he's seeing. His Bulgarian team really hitting the self-destruct button. And Sejfic is fouled right in front of the officials by Dimitrov. And he'll go to the line, potentially, to give Bosnia and Herzegovina the lead. And this is his first appearance in the World Cup qualifiers. Apparently the first of his 2 attempts to go. 25-year-old big man gets his first call up for the World Cup. Does get the second, and that will put Bosnia and Herzegovina into the lead with just under 3 minutes to go in this second quarter. And Bosnia and Herzegovina slip into some form of zone, which is easily penetrated and punished. Stanimir Marinov finds a gap, slides straight to the basket, and there's no one at home. And Sejvic, no option but to foul. To the frustration of his coach. But Marinov will go to the line to potentially finish the three-point play. He's going to get another attempt though, because Vrabec once again violated, encroached a little bit early onto the paint. I think that said pretty much all 5 players did. As, Marinov certainly takes his time at the line, uses his full allocation, gets it to go at the second asking, and extends Bulgaria's lead out to 2 now. So Hedagic now in control for Bosnia and Herzegovina. To Atic. Atic change of direction, steps out for the 3, hits the 3. No, he doesn't, but he is fouled. Absolutely clattered on his way out. As Pavel Marinov is a little bit overexertion on the chase out, and flattens Atic. And sends him to the line for 3 shots. Atic certainly one of the bright starlets within the Bosnia-Herzegovina structure, just 21 years old, but has played in 7 of the previous qualifiers and really has had a big impact all over the floor, in particular from the perimeter though, shooting 40% prior to tonight's game from outside. Not the best at free throw shooting though, before tonight's game just 35%. He's looking to make up for it here though. And that one takes him up to 10 points personal. Sorry, 11 points personal now. 5 assists, 3 rebounds. Just under 14 minutes of action to his name. Absolutely deadly in that trip to the free throw line. And restores the Bosnia and Herzegovina lead, albeit just by a single point. Marinov now goes inside to Pavel Marinov. A little hesitation fake, drives inside, goes for the reverse lay, but Vrabec reads that one well and swats it away. Beautiful help defense here. You see Vrabec stepping across the lane, and it's absolutely almost textbook positioning as he has a foot pretty much across the center line of the lane. That's where you're going to coach players to sit on the help side. And Bulgaria turn the ball over. So it's going to be a Bosnia and Herzegovina ball, as that man Vrabec goes to the bench, and Sulemanovic comes back into the action. Also going to the bench for Bulgaria is Dimitar Dimitrov. Hedagic now in possession. Milovic sets the screen, flashes to the basket, nothing there though, and Sulemanovic will look to go to work in the low post, banging his way to the glass. Beautiful soft touch, gets him 2 points. And that big man combo of Sulemanovic and Hilalovic has been absolutely unstoppable so far. 10 points for Sulemanovic, 16 for Hilalovic. They've combined for 14 rebounds, but Marinov is trying to answer it from the perimeter, and most of the time he's pretty hot, but not that time. Atic now. Uses the Halalovic screen. Changes direction, floats in once again off the glass, can't get it to go, and Bulgaria will capitalise in the transition. 2-on-1 break, and another easy 2 points for Alexander Yanev. And Bosnia and Herzegovina will call a timeout to call it over. And there's the easy 2 again for Yanev. And that's pushed Coach Bosnic into the timeout, as their lead is reduced to just 1 point. And you can see the passion there in his face, how much it means to him. Into the closing moments now of this second quarter. Let's jump into that Bosnia-Herzegovina huddle.
Slušaj sad. Ajmo ovako, tap the head sa blokom. Slušaj, kad mu dadeš pas, napravi blok, molim, nemoj hendo. Dođi gore, op, ajmo šuteru. Napravi ovdje blok, njemu leđa. Idemo 2 na 1, Atić i Miki. Ako zatvore to, ovdje otvoren šut.
Подете с хендов към стамбата и оттам вече да се изиграе. И гледай, ако центъра отиде в павката и после стане срещу стамбата, няма кой шпикер. Седи долу, гледай, че ти. Айде!
1, 2, 3!
България!
Such a critical game for both teams. It's the fine details that matter. And that Bulgarian mascot has found himself a friend. Lovely to see, and it's one of the great things of these international basketball windows, is so important to put international basketball in front of young fans and aspirational players. We really do need to inspire a new generation to take up this amazing sport of ours. Hasandic now for 3. Oh, nails the 3! What a way to come out of the timeout. Wonderful, wonderful shot from Hasandic. Just his second score of the game. Maranov now hands it off to Vaklinov, back to Kostov, to Maranov, who loses the handle, and Zahadagic will pick up the loose ball. He sends it long, beautiful placed pass, but couldn't quite convert off it. Hasandic from way downtown, comes up short though. Thankfully for the Bulgarians he does. Maranov catch and shoot for 3. Doesn't get the roll again. Sulemanovic will scoop up the loose ball, and they'll slow things down as they look to take the last shot of this second quarter. Pretty much certain now Bosnia-Herzegovina will enter the half-time locker room in the lead. Atic now, what can he do going up against Kostov? A little crossover, lane opens up, finger roll for 2. And that's all she wrote for the end of the second quarter. And Bosnia and Herzegovina will enter the locker room at the half-time break much the happier side. They lead this World Cup qualifier 51-45 over Bulgaria. 20 minutes gone, 20 minutes to go. And what an opening half of action we've had here in Botvrgrad. So much going on, to and fro game. As you can see, Bulgaria has shot pretty well from the perimeter, but Bosnia's scoring inside and their trips to the line have been the difference. They've also had 9 offensive rebounds in that half. Bulgaria really do need to lock down those defensive boards. And also, look at that, they're not putting enough pressure on Bosnia and Herzegovina. They've only turned the ball over twice in 20 minutes. They'll need to put a bit more pressure than that. Otherwise, you're giving teams extra shots, extra opportunities that they otherwise wouldn't get. But it has been a game of to and fro. Bulgaria came out the stronger of the sides, dominated the first quarter, well, led the first quarter 25-22. They came out and had a 10-0 start to the second quarter before Bosnia and Herzegovina seemed to wake up, and in the end Bosnia and Herzegovina actually outscored Bulgaria 29-10 in the closing stages of that second quarter, and that's why we're currently in a 6-point lead for Bosnia and Herzegovina. And looking at the box score for both teams, for Bosnia and Herzegovina, they're being led by the big man Miralem Hilalovic, 16 points, 5 rebounds and assists to his name. Also in double digits is Atic with 14 points, and Sulemanovic with 10. For the home team, for Bulgaria, they've only got one player in double digits, that's Stanimir Maranov. He's got himself 11 points and 3 assists so far. Just behind him, that said, is Bozidar Avramov, 9 points, all of them from the perimeter. Got a hot hand from outside at the moment, shooting 50% from the perimeter. But it's not been enough, as they currently trail by 6 at the end of this first half. And do remember, this game is absolutely critical for both teams. For Bosnia, it's do or die. A loss tonight sees the end of their World Cup dreams for 2019. And for Bulgaria, a loss really dents their ambitions, as they'll want to try and move up the table today. A win here could see them move up to 4th. Remember, it's a top 3 from Group K that will go through. It's looking like France will join Czech Republic. Czech Republic secured their ticket to China in the last qualification window. France are very close to doing that in this one. So who will take that final spot out of Russia, Finland, Bulgaria and Bosnia and Herzegovina? That's still to be seen. Plenty more action still here to come in the arena in Botvograd. At half-time, though, Bulgaria trail Bosnia and Herzegovina 45-51. Make sure you join me for all the second half action. Welcome back to Botvigrad for what has been a very interesting World Cup qualifier so far. Certainly hasn't gone to the form book. The away team, Bosnia and Herzegovina, lead this one by 6. After the first 2 quarters, Bulgaria above them in the rankings at the moment in the group. And Bosnia's, maybe it is the pressure of a do or die in this game for their World Cup hopes that's inspired them to an impressive 51-point haul in this first half. And Sandic has hit some shots, but that big man there, Halilovic, has absolutely been dominant for them inside the paint. And the fans here in the stands of the arena have been slightly shocked by what they've seen. I think they expected to see Bulgaria come out and be a little bit more assertive, a little bit more dominant in this game. They've had phases where they've dominated the game, but they've let Bosnia and Herzegovina back into this one. That said, it's so finely balanced, and in a high-scoring game like this, the situation can change very, very quickly indeed. And Bulgaria have relied on Stanimir Maranov. He's on 11 points, and Bozidar Avramov is 3 from 6 from the perimeter for 9 points. Whilst for Bosnia and Herzegovina, as I said, Halilovic is on 16 points, 5 boards. And Sulemanovic has already got himself a double-double, 10 points, 10 boards for him. And it has been that inside duo that's caused the problems. Have Bulgaria formulated an action plan, a strategy to limit the damage that those 2 big men can do. And part of it has been the offensive rebound situation. They've let Bosnia and Herzegovina grab 9 offensive rebounds, and that has hurt them. They've scored 14 points on second chances compared to just 5 points on second chances for Bulgaria. And there's a lot of your gap there. But I'm sure the Bulgarian players and Coach Minchev will be wanting to give the fans in the stands a bit more to cheer about in this second half. We're just a few minutes away from the start of the second half now. As the teams will get their final instructions from the coaching staff. Remember, this is the first of 2 games in this qualification window for these teams. After tonight, Bulgaria will hit the road and play France on Monday, whilst Bosnia and Herzegovina will head home to welcome Finland on Monday. Absolutely every game critical at this stage, and the hopes for Bulgaria is that they'll make it to their first Eurobasket since the 1950s. Yes, you heard me right. They haven't been in the Eurobasket since in the World Cup since 1959. They finished 7th then. As for Bosnia and Herzegovina, they'll want back-to-back appearances. They were in the 2014 tournament, finished 7th. One of their best performances in the history of the nation. And they'll be hoping to make it a regular occurrence for them as a basketball nation. And this young roster is doing them proud at the moment. Only 2 players over the age of 25 in the roster they're fielding today for Bosnia and Herzegovina. Whereas for Bulgaria, it's a very different story. You've actually only got 2 players under the age of 25 in their roster. But here we are in Botvigrad. For the start of the second half in this World Cup qualifier. All eyes on the finals in China next year. That's the prize at the end of the rainbow for these teams. And we'll get the second half underway here in Bulgaria as Bosnia and Herzegovina lead by 6 after 20 minutes. Where will we be after the next 20? So Hragic feeds Halilovic inside. He's going to go to work, right hand hook shot, and he's picked up where he left off. Up to 18 points now for Halilovic. Maranov. Mangalov sets the screen and floats inside. Beautiful pick and roll, absolutely textbook. And the game once again continues to be free-flowing offensively as Vangelov gets his first points of the game. Rabats uses Halilovic, kicks it out. Silimanovic off left with that one. Rebounding battle is won by Silimanovic again. Halilovic is going to back his way to the basket once again. And that right hand goes up, can't get it to go, but the duo of Silimanovic and Halilovic is just enough to win the rebounding battle at the moment. They've added another 2 offensive rebounds to their name. Silimanovic gets it to go on the hook shot, and still Bulgaria are unable to secure the paint. Malinov now feeds the low post. Vangelov looking to go to work. Double team comes across into the corner. Marinov is off target with the 3, and the rebound is pulled down by Atic, but it's knocked away by Petkov, but Atic recovers. Rabets for 3, he's up short. Marinov picks off the easy rebound and a beautiful heads-up play into the corner now for Petkov. Hits the 3, and you can hear how important that was to the crowd. Horns start blowing a little louder, the noise starts going up a bit. 5-point lead now for Bosnia and Herzegovina, and the foul's going to be called. Wait to see who on. Now you can bump the cutter. You have to be a little bit more subtle than Zahariev there, but this is the corner pocket 3 for Petkov. Atic back to Halilovic. Hands it off to Zaharagic. Zaharagic into Halilovic. Can't get the 2 to go, but he does draw the foul. Let's watch the flash by Halilovic. Yeah, easy call for the officials as Vangelov might be standing upright, but he's walking forwards. Doesn't really matter where your arms are if you keep walking. And Halilovic will go to the line for 2 shots. He's been an absolute troublemaker for the Bulgarians. No joy with the first of his attempts. Or the second. And now that the race is Zahariev, and the foul's going to be called. Big rejection by Halilovic, and the foul is going to be called on Silimanovic. Much to his shock, and even more so to head coach Bosnic's shock. That certainly deserves a mean. I'm sure at home you can think of plenty. And if you do, put it out on social media. Make sure you use hashtag This Is My House. Back at the line is Vangelov. Connects with the second, so just 1 from 2 from that trip to the line, and he's up to 3 points now. Rabats now. Halilovic. Back to Atic. Off the foot of Atic, and Malinov will make the most of it, and an unsportsmanlike foul is going to be called on Rabats for pulling the shirt of Malinov. This would be a perfect camera angle to see it. Yeah, absolutely. Puts his hand on his thigh. Beautiful positioning by the officials. He's absolutely in a great place to spot that one. There's the coach in the background. You see he's asked for the basket to be given. Unfortunately, it's not the case, but he is going to go to the line for 2 shots. And we'll get possession. Hits the first. Up to 12 points now, Stanimir Marinov. He's got 4 assists as well. Really is so influential for Bulgaria. 30 years old. Plenty of high-level basketball. It's that experience that is going to help Bulgaria make it through to the World Cup finals if he can, and Sulemanovic will go to the bench. Frustrated look on his face. Zahadiev now, back to Malinov. Angelev sets the screen. Zahadiev now into the corner to Yanev. Gets it to go! And before you know it, Bulgaria are back in the lead. This game will not give up. Zaharagic now at the top. Almost loses control. Oh, lovely pass to Halilovic. Oh, but rejected. Pick your player on that one. I think there was about 3 Bulgarian rejections there, but it's out on the wing for 3. It's short. Rebounds Zahadiev. Gets the 2 to go. And the timeout's going to be called by coach Bosnic. He does not like what he's seeing from his team. But the crowd here in the Botvigrad Arena certainly do. Look at that defensive hustle by both Malinov and Yanev. And that man Yanev hitting the corner 3 has seen Bulgaria take a 3-point lead. Under 7 minutes left in the third quarter. Let's jump into the Bosnia and Herzegovina huddle.
Idemo tap to head sa back screenom od tebe. Ako pomažu ti ostaješ sam, ako nek pas lica pa ne. Isto jako, ti si 4 sad. Ovaj pogodio pomažeš, nema veze.
Правите бъмп или трябва веднага на тоя. Само последния, не знам кой беше закъсне. Сечи по-добре за слона, отколкото да те бие, да закъснееш на това. Да те фане на страната на заслона. Пак първо нападение. Вие бъдете и 4 сайд. И слушайте, като самбата пусне, като направят смена, погледнете надолу и после върнете да играе бие. Айде! Преса!
As you can hear, the crowd are really starting to get into this one. They've seen their team come back from a deficit to take a 3-point lead. What can Bosnia and Herzegovina do now, and the pressure that's being applied by Bulgaria? Full court pressing defense, and usually a man press. More and often not these days see some form of zonal press. Atic now, very composed. An old head on young shoulders. Inside to Halilovic. Can't get it to go. Can Atic get it to go? He can't. It was the right play. They just didn't have the finish. Petkov now trying to pick his way through Bosnia and Herzegovina defence, and Halilovic is going to be drawn into the foul. Coach Bosnic is almost in the pleading stage. I'm sure a psychologist could make a case study of the emotions that basketball coaches go through in these kind of games. Zahadiev now. Come back to Malinov. To Yanev. He's off target, but Vangelev will grab the rebound. Nice post move, but even better defense by Halilovic. Back out to Zaharagic, who gets it to Atic. And Bosnia continue to be reasonably patient. Klabec to Atic. Waits for the screen. Goes the other way though. Steps out for 3. Off target with his attempt. Malinov comes back with the jets on. Kicks it out. Zahadiev now hands it off to Vangelov. And that's knocked away, and Zaharagic will bring it up over the half of Bosnia and Herzegovina. And the foul is going to be called on Alexander Yanev. Got to be careful. There's no play at the ball there at all. Vangelov will go to the bench. And Vaklinov will come in for Bulgaria. Delalic into the game for Atic for Bosnia and Herzegovina. Where are they going to go to? Should they go back inside again? It's worked so well for them, Bosnia and Herzegovina, so far. Long 3 from Delalic. Is he going to get the roll? No, he's not. A foul is going to be called. I think that one's going to be called on Vaklinov. He's just come into the game. Yeah, it is. He's saying that he's hit Halilovic to the head. Let's have a look in the replay. Yeah, he's kind of boxed him out by the throat. And not sure what coaching manual he's been looking at for the throat box out, but it's certainly not one that's within the rules. So that's a foul on Vaklinov. He's just checked into the game, and his first scratch onto the box score since returning is in the foul column, unfortunately for him and Bulgaria. Zahilagic now to Hasandic. Oh, what a lovely cut by Hasandic. He read the play so well. He ran his obviously set path, but then realised that the lane was open and just flashed into the paint for the easy two. Oh, and it's stolen away. Halilovic out the races. An easy lay-in. And once again, we have a swing. Bosnia and Herzegovina take the lead this time, and under 5 minutes left in the third quarter. Petkov open for the three. Instead, passes it inside. Wonderful vision by Petkov. And Yanev says, thank you very much. I'll take those 2 points for my tally. And the lead changes hands once again. Bilalic now looking for options, not many in front of him. The one option he has got though is Zahilagic, who drains the big shot. Stagnant offense there for Bosnia and Herzegovina, and a little bit of a get out of jail free for Zahilagic. Gets the three to drop. Zahaliev now put a bit too much on that one, and the iron knocks it away. Halilovic looking to go to work on Vaklinov. Spins one way, spins back the other, but it's stripped away, and Petkov will come away with it. Out to Malinov, into the corner, looks for the three, drives inside instead. Looks like he was fouled, but it doesn't matter, because the putback is going to be good for Vaklinov. And it's stolen away again, this time by Zahaliev. Drives to the basket. Can't get it to go. You felt the whole crowd in the arena breathe in for that one. Frantic phase of play. Mistakes from Bosnia and Herzegovina. Not made to pay fully though. Hasandic using the Halilovic screen. It's kicked back out. Vrabec's the three. He's not put enough on it. Bulgaria scoop up the rebound. Nice pass inside. It's to Petkov. No joy, but the officials have blown the whistle, and the foul's going to be called. Let's see who that one's on. Yep, Bilalic just easing his man out the way as Halilovic will go to the bench for a breather, and he'll probably take a breather all the way into the final quarter now. What can Bosnia and Herzegovina do while their main man, who scored 20 of their 62 points, is on the bench? Petkov now looking for options in front of him. He's got the mismatch against Sejvic. Makes the most of it. Can't get the score, and Sejvic will come up with the rebound. Sejvic sets the screen, flashes to the basket. Not quite delicate enough on the finish. Oh, that's a tough move by Alexander Yanev as he's falling away. Manages to secure the points off the glass. And the foul's going to be called on Bulgaria, as Pavel Marinov will come back in. That one's going to be called on Kostov. That will send Atic to the line for 2 shots. 14 points, 7 assists, 5 rebounds. pretty good shift Atic has put in so far. Still over 12 minutes of game left as well. Even if Bosnia and Herzegovina do fail to make it through to the World Cup finals this time around, the amount of talent and the youth that they've got in their system is quite impressive. And it should be a bright future for the blue, white and yellow of Bosnia and Herzegovina. Petkov now fakes a three, drives inside, looks to feed it back, but it's knocked away, and Hasandic will profit from that one to Atic. And once again, we have a change of lead. "13 lead changes we've had in this game now. Avramov. Kostov almost has it stolen away. Instead he catches and shoots. He was reasonably hot in the first half. Hasn't found his form so far in the second. Into the corner. Unlucky not to get that one. Dermo couldn't get it to go, but Avramov can. He's up to 12 points personal, 58% from the perimeter. That's some great shooting. Bulgaria take a 2-point lead now. Atic floats inside. A little bit off track with that one, and Sejfic is called for the foul over the back. Sejfic just a little bit out of control. As Petkov will go to the bench, and he certainly has had an impact. Plus minus of 15 for him. That kind of shows the impact while he's on the floor. Might not show in other areas of the box score. Sejfic will go to the line as Sulemanovic comes back in, but Avramov will be at the line before then after that Sejfic foul. And soft first score. 55.8 seconds left in this third quarter. And Avramov is up to 14 points personal now. Leading scorer for Bulgaria. 50% from the field. And Bulgaria hold a nice 4-point lead, but that is certainly not big enough for them to sit comfortably against what has been a reasonably impressive Bosnia and Herzegovina performance. So Hragic now to Hasandic. Shot clock down to 8. Oh, lovely change of direction, dribble by Hasandic. Instead, Sulemanovic will grab the rebound. He goes up and gets it to go. And once again, the big men, the combination of Halilovic and Sulemanovic is just too much to handle for Bulgaria in the paint. 7-second differential shot clock, game clock. Avramov, hits another three. He's warming up. 5-point lead for Bulgaria, and Bosnia and Herzegovina will look to take the final shot of the quarter. Atic now pulls the trigger on a three. Way off the mark with that one. What can Kostov do? Can't get it to go. And that's the end of the third quarter here in Botvograd. And a back and forth battle that third quarter's been. But Bulgaria certainly have the better of it. They end the third quarter leading this one 72-67 over Bosnia and Herzegovina in this critical FIBA 2019 World Cup qualifier. So welcome.
World. FIBA Basketball World Cup is right here. Want it? Come and get it.
Well, welcome back to Botvograd for the final 10 minutes of action in this nail-biting World Cup qualifier between Bulgaria and Bosnia and Herzegovina. 30 minutes gone, and Bulgaria lead this one 72-67. We've had a lovely high-scoring game. We really have been blessed with a wonderful spectacle of international basketball here so far. What will the final 10 minutes deliver us? I have a feeling it's going to be another back and forth affair. There's already been 14 lead changes in this one. Bulgaria have led for 14 minutes 45 seconds, and Bosnia and Herzegovina have led for 12 minutes 19 seconds. That's how close this game has been, and it's not like it's just been a 1 or 2 point game. Biggest lead for Bulgaria was 13, biggest lead for Bosnia and Herzegovina has been 8. It really has been a game of runs and momentum changes throughout. And if I was to predict how the final quarter is going to go, you have a feeling it's going to stay on the same script and be one of plenty of momentum changes. And here we go in Botvoglad for the final 10 minutes of action between these two. Bulgaria lead this one 72-67 over Bosnia and Herzegovina. And Bosnia's survival in the World Cup is at stake. That first shot is no good, and it's off the hands of Vangelov. So it's going to be a Bosnia and Herzegovina ball. That's a tough one to call. I don't even think you'd want to call that on a replay. You don't envy the officials when there's calls like that to be made. That's when, as a neutral fan, you go quiet, because you have no idea which way that went, even on a slow-mo replay. Atic with the ball on the near wing. Looking for options. Goes to Sulemanovic. Back to Atic. Almost knocked away, though. Hilalovic. Sulemanovic. Oh, hits the big shot from the big man. Nails the 3 from the top. Reduces Bulgaria's lead to just 2. Kostov for 3. Oh, rattles around and spits out. Bosnia and Herzegovina with the chance to take the lead. Zahiragic now to Atic. Hilalovic asking for the screen. A bit confusion there with Vrabac. Hilalovic gets it in the end, but he hasn't got long to work with it. 2 seconds on the shot clock now. He's going to have to put something up, and he puts it up, can't get it to go, but the rebound falls to Zahiragic, and he can't make the most of the opportunity. Malinov now inside, pulls up for the short jumper, and Pavel Malinov will get the 2 to go off the glass. I don't think he was expecting to be quite so wide open, so close to the basket. Atic tries to float it inside to Halilovic, and oh, they're so fortunate. They make the most of the lucky break, though, and the dunk is thrown down by Vrabac. Malinov now. Hands it off to Stanimir Malinov. Back to Pavel Malinov. Can he shake Halilovic? Foul's going to be called as Halilovic's hands dropped. If he just let him take the contact on the body, it would have been fine, but his hands were down. Natural reaction as a defender to do it as a human being. You're going to drop your hands to protect yourself. But unfortunately, in that situation, it means you're going to get the foul called against you, and Halilovic will go to the bench. That's his 4th personal foul. Not what they wanted to see. For Bulgaria, it's a bit of a relief. Ball's moved round, Marinov for 3. No joy, and Sulemanovic grabs the rebound as Kostov fouls him. Another big rebound in battle, and Kostov just throws his arms into the face or chest of Sulemanovic. And Bosnia and Herzegovina down by 2. A little under 7.5 minutes left on the game clock. Vrabac can't get the and one play, but will get to the line. It's been a treat of a game, this one. Plenty of offense to watch. And the cameraman makes evasive action to get out of the way of Vrabac. You certainly don't want all 2 meters and 5 of that young man clattering down on you. Dimitar Dimitrov comes in for Vaklinov. Vrabac heads back to the line. His first senior caps these World Cup qualifiers, and you have a feeling he's determined to make the most of them. Although he's not damaged the box score massively, he certainly he's a reasonably influential member of this Bosnian and Herzegovina team. Gets the second to go as well. And we're back to a tied ball game once again. 74 to Bulgaria, 74 to Bosnia and Herzegovina. Maranov now kicks it out to Avramov. Avramov, little shake, drives inside, loses his footing though, and it's stolen away by Sulemanovic. Batic. To Hasandic. Off target with that one, but it's knocked away. Avramov has the ball to Maranov, and amongst the confusion, Bulgaria take advantage and score the 2 in transition. To Heragic now. To Vrabats. Vrabats to Hasandic. Hasandic tries the baseline, tries to hand it off, but it's stolen away. That's great hands from Dimitrov. And the Bulgarian fans starting to get into this now as Zaharagic fouls Maranov. Yanev's going to come in for Maranov. Sideline ball as that's the second team foul of the quarter for Bosnia and Herzegovina. Second team foul, sorry, 2 team fouls for Bulgaria as well. Certainly hasn't been a overly aggressive or overly dirty game. Not seen too many trips to the line. Maranov now, Kostov. Kostov takes the 3. Good defense by Hasandic is enough to put him off. And once again, the momentum keeps swinging. So Heragic now. Matic uses the screen set by Sulemanovic. Pulls the trigger on the 3. Way too much on that one, but Sulemanovic with a rebound again. Tries to draw the foul, but instead just throws it out of bounds. A bit of Bulgarian ball on the baseline. An absolutely monster on the glass. Sulemanovic, 15 rebounds, 17 points. What a big, big night for the 23-year-old. Kostov now. Zahariev. Back to Maranov. Maranov, nice pass inside, kicks it back out. Zahariev. Oh, way off target, but Bulgaria are fortunate to come away with the basket then. An absolute thud off the glass as Zahariev misses everything, but Kostov picks up the loose ball and scores the 2. And Bulgaria are out to a 4-point lead now. Batic inside to Sulemanovic. 5 minutes left in the game. Sulemanovic backing his way inside. Way, way, way off target with the pass. Vrabats was lovely, set up in the corner, but Sulemanovic's pass was about 4 or 5 feet too high. Let's have a look at the replay. He won't want to watch it again. But that, yeah, that one's almost got into row 3. You could see from the replay. Petkov now passes it to the wing and gets it back. Kostov fighting his way for space. Comes back, steps up, long 2. Oh, now's the long 2. Shavdar Kostov. A beautiful clutch jumper, and Bulgaria get out to a reasonable lead in terms of this game. That jumper from Kostov sees them go up to an 80-74 lead. 4:40 left on the game clock. And look at how much it means to his teammates on the bench. And the timeout has been called by Coach Bosnic. Let's jump into his huddle.
Polako sa tim pasom na stranu. Vrabac kat jebote, ovdje trojica, ti kad imaš polaganje, nemoj čekat tu kat. Ajmo dat koš, idemo dat koš ovako, Idemo specijal i dajemo loptu dole za Mikija.
напада и да тръгнем на бърза атака. Ако не стане бързата атака, изиграйте същото две горе, само че с даунскрин, не с бекскрин. Чакай долу. Янев да ти постави заслон и Мите ти също, той като тръгне, като слаги.
Айде, защити! Айде, 1, 2, 3!
Не, Мите, ако твоя...
This is where the coaches earn the big bucks, these finer details now. And the crowd have been entertained by what's happening on the floor, but also by the mascot and the cheerleaders off the floor. Full entertainment package on show here this evening, and it's going to be a baseline ball for Vrabec to inbound it for Bosnia and Herzegovina. Zahiragic now. What can he do for Bosnia and Herzegovina? Sandic feeds Halalovic, who's on 4 fouls in the low post. Another beautiful move, can't get that one to fall through the hoop though, but Vrabec scraps for the rebound and gets it back to Sandic. He pulls up for the long two and nails it. Bosnia and Herzegovina refuse to lie down. They're not going to walk away from this one lightly. They're going to make Bulgaria work exceptionally hard if they're going to come away with the win. Petkov now slowing things down. Part of this game is going to be time management now. Kostov goes over the hedge, but throws it away as Vrabec intercepts, and he puts the jets on, gets out in the lane. No good. Great transition defense by Bulgaria. They got in the way. Zahariev now drives to the basket. Unsportsmanlike foul is going to be called on Vrabec, and that's absolutely right. I think that's his second. I think that could be him out of the game. Such a silly foul. What a waste of time pulling his shorts. 24 years old, should have learned that lesson by now. That's his second unsportsmanlike foul. I think he'll have effectively taken himself out of the game now. That's what we're waiting for, the clarification, as Zahariev waits on the line for the free throws. And it's those little mistakes that mean so much at this level of basketball. It's almost like a magnifying glass as you go up the levels. And international basketball is an unforgiving mistress. It certainly doesn't let you get away with making tough mistakes, as Zahariev makes him pay with the first of his free throws. Yeah, Vrabec has had to go out of the game. Atic has come back in. That's the last of Vrabec for this evening. And he makes him pay twofold as he hits both free throws. Back out to a 6-point lead for Bulgaria, and they'll take possession. Remember, Halilovic as well is on 4 fouls. If you were Bulgaria, you would be tempted to go at him, put the ball into a post player, or drive at him, get a mismatch with the guard and see if you can draw that final foul, because he is absolutely integral to any chance that Bosnia and Herzegovina have of coming back into this. Sandic in and out with that one, and a fly through from Zahariev is enough to pick up the rebound. It's stolen away though by Zahiragic, and he's fouled, and there's going to be an unsportsmanlike foul on Petkov. Big play by Zahiragic. Knocks it away as Zahariev gives it up, and then it's a mad scramble by the Bulgarians to get back, and Petkov just plows into Zahiragic, and the officials say it was either excessive or no play at the ball, and that's an unsportsmanlike foul. That will send Bulgaria to the line for 2 shots, and they'll take possession as well. Almost cancels out the Vrabec unsportsmanlike. Zahiragic is good with the first. .309 left on the game clock. Such a tense affair here in Botvoglad. Gets the second to go as well. 4-point lead for Bulgaria, 3:09 to play. Bosnia and Herzegovina in possession. Zahidagic now. Lilovic sets the screen. No options in front of him yet. Patience though, shot clock down to 3. They're going to have to do something soon. And that's the end of the shot clock. And that's a lack of a heads up from anyone on the floor. No communication amongst the Bosnia and Herzegovina players. The bench was screaming, but there was no heads up from the players to make that happen. Maranov now. Avramov. Hands it off to Zahariev. Back to Avramov. Into the low post now. Nicely knocked away. Quick hands by Hasandic. Wonderfully quick hands. What can he do? Little hesitation, drives inside, looks for the glass. And who's got the rebound? Sulemanovic has got the rebound, comes back out. Zahidagic now. Shot clock is down to just 4 seconds. As Dimitar Dimitrov manages to get his hands into the passing lane and knock it out of bounds. Pavel Maranov will come back into the action for Bulgaria. And Zahariev goes to the bench. Atic to inbound for Bosnia and Herzegovina. To Halilovic. Uses every last centimetre of his legs to stretch inside. And it's a scramble for the ball now. The rebound is ultimately secured by Maranov. Just 2 minutes left in this one here. Otlagad as Avramov goes to the basket. What a move by Avramov! Wow, that's a highlight play. Strong move, takes so much contact off Hasandic. He just keeps hitting him with his hands, but just pure upper body strength. And look what it means to the coaching staff on the bench. Big 3-point play for Avramov. Can he make it pay to its fullest? He can, and the Bulgarian leads out to 7 now. Bosnia and Herzegovina really need a score in this possession. Hasandic, what's he got? Floats inside, right hand, gets it to go. He's certainly turned up in the clutch. He's up to 11 points now. Almir Hasandic. Bosnia and Herzegovina trying their hardest, and Halilovic almost steals it away, but can only knock it out of bounds. And you can see the nerves on the fans in the stands. 1:29 left in the game. Halilovic just gets his hands in time. Out to Maranov now. Double teamed. Inside, they're going to have to block it, and they do. Can they block it a second time? They can't, and Maranov will get the 2 instead. Zahidagic brings it up over the half. He needs to be a bit quicker. Whatever they do, they need to do quicker than this. They're down by 7, taking way too long. This isn't the time for patience. This is the time to score. Atic misses, and Bulgaria secure the rebound. They need to pressure. They can't just let them bring the ball up in their own time. They need to apply some pressure. If it ends in a foul, it's not the end of the world. At least you're sending them to the line and stopping the clock. Oh, and a big foul there. Could get a bit tasty. The 2 players are separated. Nothing happens. Plenty of testosterone bouncing around in the paint as they meet at the ring. And Atic goes up against Dimitrov. And it really was irresistible force against the immovable object. And they pretty much came down in a straight line. That will send Dimitar Dimitrov to the line. Really could ice the win with scores here. Now adds the extra point. Out to 8-point lead now for Bulgaria. And extends it out to 9. It's a 3-possession game for Bosnia and Herzegovina, even to tie it with 3 threes, and a 4-possession game if they want to win it. That's a huge amount to ask in 49 seconds. Timeout has been called though. Stranger things have happened in basketball, particularly international basketball. So Coach Bosnic wants to talk things over in the timeout. Make sure that the finer details are right. Let's listen to what he has to say.
Ajmo 4 ovdje. To je osnov. Ti ćeš dodat loptu. Kad on dobije loptu, ti samo istrči. Odbuci svog igrača kad smo 4-4. Back screen za Mikija. Ako ima dobro, ako nema, ide odmah 4 za Almira. Hop, do koša. Ili šut.
Играеме с него с пълни смени. Имаме право на единичен фаул. С 3 фаула. Да няма тройка и единичен фаул. Единичен фаул, ако имаме мисмач ситуация. И е пусна долу, веднага фаул.
Just 49 seconds left through the action here, and those travelling fans have seen their team put in a big performance, but maybe fall just short in this situation. They're down by 9, 49 seconds to play. Can Bosnia and Herzegovina pull this one out of the flames? Zahid Agic now. Hasandic for 3. Oh, he's done the first one. Hasandic hits the first. It was only a 2, foot on the line. They need to just burn as much clock as they can. Maranov now throws the long pass, and Bulgaria will just want to burn the clock. Bosnia and Herzegovina need to apply some pressure, even if they don't want to foul. It looks like they're going to give up on this one then. It certainly does, and it looks like Bulgaria might come out with the win. Maranov pulls the trigger on the 3. Short with that attempt. Zahid Agic now. Drives to the basket, skips it out to Atic for 3, but he steps out of bounds. 17.7 seconds to go. Surely 7 points is too far for Bosnia and Herzegovina to come back into this one now. Looks like it's going to be, and they're going to run the clock out. And what a game we've had here in Botvrgat. It's been an absolute humdinger of a game. Plenty of back and forth. We've had 14 lead changes throughout the game. But the pre-game favourites, Bulgaria, will secure the win. And that win will move them to a 4-win, 5-loss record. Whilst Bosnia may exit the tournament this evening, it depends on other results. They lose and move to a 2-win, 7-loss record. But here tonight, Bulgaria have won this one 89-82. A bit of a cagey affair, plenty of nerves from both teams, but it has been a wonderful spectacle. But as you see there, Bulgaria 89, Bosnia and Herzegovina 82. And what a game we've had in Botvrgat. Been a wonderful advert for international basketball, and the fans certainly have enjoyed it. Particularly the home fans, as they show their appreciation. There's your shooting percentages. Not a great performance from the perimeter from Bosnia, only hitting 5 of 24. Both teams shooting well from 2s though. Both of them above 50. Bulgaria above 60%. Close rebounding battle. Bosnia working hard. 12 steals for them. That's an impressive effort on the defensive end, forcing mistakes. But as you can see from the stats, a pretty close contest throughout. And that has been shown throughout the game here in Botvrgat, as the players embrace some of the fans that are looking for autographs. But it's been an interesting game. Bosnia and Herzegovina came out to a storming start to the game on the back of that man, Halalovic. 20 points to him. Avramov's got 20 for Bulgaria as well. Sulejmanovic leads a rebounding battle. 16 boards for him. Zahid Agic really did make an impact when he came into the game. An absolutely tenacious defender. 3 steals and some big clutch plays. But the young Bosnia and Herzegovina squad quite gets enough to secure the win. They're your top scorers. So for Bosnia, Halalovic, Sulejmanovic and Atic. Sulejmanovic and Atic with 17 points, and then Yanev had 14 points. And this is the wonderful thing for these new internationals. Plenty of smiles and photos for the young fans. And there is one way to inspire children into taking up a sport, and this is it. Seeing their heroes up close and personal really will set them on the path of basketball for life. As so many of you at home that are listening are no doubt followed the same path. But what a game we've been treated to. Bosnia and Herzegovina got out to a strong opening to the first quarter, but Bulgaria pegged them back. Second quarter, Bosnia once again came out of the blocks strongly, ended up taking a small lead into the half-time locker room, but a different Bulgaria turned up in the third quarter, winning the third quarter 27-16 before a cagey final 10 minutes, enabling Bulgaria to secure an absolutely critical win for their World Cup hopes. Looking at the box score for both teams, Bozidar Avramov leads the Bulgarian offense with 20 points. He only played at 17 minutes 45 seconds, so that's an impressive effort, 55% from the field. Also had 3 assists to his name, ably assisted though by Yanev with 14 and Maranov with 13 and Kostov with 11. 4 players in double-digit scoring. Always good to see, and you're likely to win games when that's the case. For Bosnia and Herzegovina, they also have 4 players in double-digit scoring. Leading them was Halilovic, 20 points, 9 rebounds, 2 assists, 2 steals and a block. Sulemanovic had 17 points and 16 rebounds. What a huge night on the glass for him. Atic had 17 points, 5 boards, 7 assists. And finally, Hasandic had 13 points, shooting 62% from the field. An impressive night for those players. But both these teams now will look forward. They'll look at their next games on Monday, as Bulgaria will make the trip to take on France away, whilst Bosnia and Herzegovina will head home to welcome Finland. Bosnia and Herzegovina potentially could be out, depending on the other results this evening, whilst Bulgaria's hopes of making it to the World Cup finals in China next year live to fight another day. So here in Botvrgrad, we've had 40 minutes of wonderful international basketball action in this FIBA 2019 World Cup qualifier, but Bulgaria were just too strong for Bosnia and Herzegovina. Bulgaria 89, Bosnia and Herzegovina 82. Thank you for joining me, and I hope you've enjoyed all this wonderful international basketball.
Ами има го това нещо. Вие потреперехте, аз доста повиках. Ами според мен не започнахме добре в защита. Това ни беше голям проблем. Първите 5 минути от